Okay, so when we refer to our book, it is exercise 1A, question number 3. We've already done question 1 and 2. Question 1 by midterm breaking method. Question 2 taking under root on both sides. Question number 3 is the completing square method. If you can see this form, we will change these equations in this form, and that is completing square method. For example, ax square plus bx plus c. We will change this in this form: a times x plus h whole square plus k. Sometimes we write it as x plus k, sometimes we write it x minus k, it doesn't matter. Okay, example question. We have x square plus 6x plus 12. What do we have to do is we will write these two and this last digit and leave a space between them. So this becomes x square plus 6x, and when we leave space, what do we write here? We choose the coefficient of x, which is 3. The second step is take half of it. Half of it is 3. Then we add and subtract the squares. So this is add 3 square and subtract 3 square. So the coefficient of x is 6. In this case, half of it is 3. Add 3 square, subtract 3 square. When we add and subtract the same number, mathematically there is no change in the equation. Then we close these 3 and solve the last remaining 2. When you close these 3, you copy this number x, you copy this positive sign, then you copy this number 3 and whole squared. Then the remaining number, this is minus 9. Remember, the negative sign is out of the square. If I have to use brackets, I'll do it in this way. Only the number is inside the bracket and square is on the number. Plus 12. So this is x plus 3 whole square plus 3. This is the completing square form. If any one of you is having a confusion, how did we do that? Why is that so? So here is the reason. If you follow this, a plus b whole square, this used to be a square plus 2ab plus b square. You can ask question anytime you have any disagreement. You have your controls, you can do it. And what we did is x plus 3 whole square. So this must be a square plus 2 times a times b plus b square. If I simplify it as x square plus 6x plus 3 square. Now just look at this, the highlighted one. These two, are they same? X square plus 6x plus 3 square. So basically what we did is the reverse of expanding. We used to go from left to right. Now we are going from right to left. We're closing this. So this is completing square form. I'll do one more example until you feel confident. For example, now with the negative number, x square minus 8x plus 10. First two numbers, x square minus 8x, coefficient of x is 8, half of it is 4, so we do plus 4 square minus 4 square and the remaining number plus 10. Whatever is added is subtracted, so it makes no change in it mathematically. Then we close the first three. Close the first three and solve the last two. So closing the first three, you copied x, you copied the negative sign, you copied the number 4 whole square minus 16 plus 10. Finally, x minus 4 whole square minus 6. If you have to refer back, where are these numbers coming from? This x is coming from here, the negative sign is coming from here, and the number 4 is coming from here. Any confusion still now? No confusions? If you understood, kindly take part in it. Okay, let's do this. X square negative 7x plus 5. So what do we do is we write x square negative 7x. Which number to add and subtract?
3.5.
That's right. Half of 7 is 3.5. Even if you do that is correct. But in the last class, I suggested that use fractions. This will also help you in practicing LCM. One of the thing, and the second thing is that you will get answers in exact form. You don't have to round off it. So you add 7 by 2 and you subtract 7 by 2 squared. Then again the same thing, we copied x, you copied the negative sign, you copied the number 7 by 2 whole square minus, this is 49 by 4 plus 5. Now this is something you may get in P2. We can also do it with LCM method. You can also use our calculators. I'll do it without calculator. X minus 7 by 2 whole square. When you take LCM, that is 4. 4 by 4 is 1. 1 into 49 is negative 49. 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So this is x minus 7 by 2 whole square. Overall, we get minus 29 by 4. So this is the completing square form. Now I'm coming back to book, that is exercise 1A, question number 3, A part. Can you see it clearly? And one more thing, I want you all to solve these in your neat books, register or copy, whatever you've made, and then share it with me so that we have a record of it and we'll get it checked in class as well. So the first question is x square plus 12x. The process remains the same, however, there we are missing the third term. The question is x square plus 12x. So the method was to add half of coefficient of x, that is 6 square, and subtract 6 square. In this case, we have nothing, that means 0. Then we close these first three and solve the remaining term. When we close these, what do we get? Anyone?
X square plus 6 square.
That is only x, then the positive sign, then 6 and whole square, right? Minus 36. I'll expand this again. X plus 6 whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So x square plus 12x plus 6 square. So what do we copy? X. Then we copy the positive sign. Then we copy the number 6 and whole square. So this is
Sir,
the,
is there any specific reason for copying only the number 6 but not number 12?
yes, there is, because we have to use square outside the bracket. If you remember the third one, that was a plus b times a minus b. That is a square minus b square. This doesn't include the term 2ab, whereas in our case, this term 12x, this is 2ab. So we are doing the reverse of that. What reverse of what? A plus b whole square. This used to be a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we are doing the reverse of it. When we do reverse of it, obviously you can see for yourself that the square is outside the bracket. So this is why we copy this a, we copy this positive sign, and we copy this number b. If I can write it like this, a square plus 2ab plus b square. This is actually the expansion of a plus b whole square. Any doubts?
No, sir.
So we've copied this number a, then we've copied this number b, and we've copied this positive sign. And when I write it as this, a square minus 2ab plus b square, and this is the expansion of a minus b whole square, right? So we've copied this a, then we've copied this negative sign. You have to always keep in your mind that the reverse should be possible. If I copy positive, when I expand this, I'll get positive 2ab and not negative 2ab. Is the confusion clear? Shall I move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next question is x square minus 6x plus 1. Question 3b part is x square minus 6x plus 1. So just follow these steps. X square minus 6x. Now what do I do?
Plus 3x minus 3
Plus 3 square
square
and
minus 3 square.
minus 3 square and the remaining number. Now this is, what do I copy?
X square minus 3
X
bracket square.
minus 3 bracket square. And then this is minus 9 plus 1. So you're left with x minus 3 whole square minus 8. I'll do one more part, then I'll expect you to solve them. Question 3c. X square plus 3x minus 2. So this is x square plus 3x minus 2. First step is just write it as it is. Then we add what?
1.5.
1.5. May I write it as 3 by 2? Minus 3 by 2. And the last number is negative 2. So I'll close the first three and solve the last two. Closing the first three, x, copying the positive sign, copying the number 3 by 2 whole squared, minus 9 by 4 minus 2. This time I'll use my calculator. So 9 by 4 and 2,
Minus
this becomes
17 over 4.
17 over 4, that's right. So x plus 3 by 2 whole squared minus 17 by 4. This is your completing square form. One important point, we are doing this, all these questions, they have 1 with x square. Just look at this. The general example which I gave was a with x square, and we are having a outside this. This is level 2 question. We are doing level 1 question. We'll do it after this exercise. So look at this. This was x square. 1x square. The second example again 1x square. Third example 1x square. Fourth example 1. B and C part again all are 1x squares. So question 3D part. Kindly solve this and share the final answer with me.
सर इन द ऑनलाइन जो पिछली ऑनलाइन क्लास हुई थी उसमें आपने ये शेयर किए थे पूरा क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 आपने कहा था ये करना है तो सर
G.
मैंने कर लिया हुआ बुक में सारा का सारा कर लिया
That's very good. We are actually doing this again because that was half of the class. And
ओके सर
unfortunately, due to the baseline assessment, the other half was unable to like attend how to do it.
ओके सर
So because of these unforeseen circumstances, the school went online entirely. So we are doing this so no one is left behind. And
Sir, x plus
obviously,
3 bracket square
let
and
me see.
minus
This is x square plus 9x
minus 10.
plus 1 minus 1. X square plus 9x minus 1. Your answer is, say that again,
Sir, x plus 3 bracket square minus 10.
minus 10. Can anyone kindly confirm if you're getting the same answer? No one? But this is mathematics, not the theory part. You need to participate. So this is x square plus 9x. Half of it is 9 by 2 squared. Subtract 9 by 2 squared minus 1.
Oh,
Closing this, you get.
सर गलत है आंसर सर आंसर बनता है एक्स
sir, गलत है.
ब्रैकेट एक्स प्लस 9/2 होल स्क्वायर माइनस 83/2
So when we simplify this, that's right, 83 by 2, 9 by 2 whole squared. Taking the LCM 2, 81. This is 2. And x plus 9 by 2 whole squared minus 83 by 2. But did you follow your mistake?
Yes sir, मैंने
You,
वो 9 की जगह 6 वैल्यू ले ली
yeah,
थी इसलिए 7
you
रख दिया
to
था.
already, all, okay, 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 that's the problem. That's the problem. We'll move on to the next part. And is it clear why we are doing this again?
Yes sir,
Just
समझ
for
आ
the
गई है.
second half. 3e. E part is x square plus half of x. I'll write it after you speak. X square plus half of x. So what do I write? Just dictate me.
सर एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 1/2
X
प्लस
square.
ब्रैकेट
A
1
little, a little slow, a little slow. X square plus 1 by 2, then
सर प्लस 1/4 होल स्क्वायर
1 by 4 whole square,
माइनस ब्रैकेट 1/4 होल स्क्वायर
1 by 4 whole square. I asked you to speak a little slower because there's a lag in the voice.
so and
So
the
any
point will be x plus 1/4 whole square
x plus 1 by 4 whole square
minus 1/16.
minus 1 over 16. That is it.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Any confusions, the other members?
No,
No
sir.
sir.
Only two people are like participating. We have a good strength. Okay. So we have many people in this class. We can save time by like looking at more questions. Like question 4 using quadratic formula. This is E part and Then we have FGH. I think we should complete it and move on to next question. Okay, F is x square minus 2 by 9. This is x square minus 2 by 9 x. We follow the same procedure. This is x square minus 2 by 9x. And what will be the half of 2 by 9? Half of 2 by 9.
So 1/3.
Okay. 2 by 9, when you divide it by 2, this will become 2 by 9 multiplied by 1 by 2. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this ultimately becomes 1 by 9. Okay, not 1 by 3. Whenever you half it, either you half the numerator or you double the denominator. For example, when we have 1 by 7, when divided by 2, this becomes 1 by 7 times 1 by 2. So either you double the denominator or you halve the numerator. So half of it is plus 1 by 9 squared and minus 1 by 9 squared. Then we close these first three, x minus 1 by 9 whole squared minus 1 by 81.
What is it?
So this is the completing square form. In question 3, currently it is not asking you to solve for x. For example, it asks you to solve for x when it is equals to 0. So this would look like question 2, minus 1 by 81 is equals to 0. This turns out to be 1 by 9 whole squared is equals to 1 over 81. Look at this. Now it looks like question number 2. Got stopped.
Yes, sir.
Does it? So we
Yes.
have this squared form equals to a number, and all these steps will be repeated. Under root both sides, you take plus minus, you get one value with positive sign, you get the other value a negative sign. 1 minus 1 by 9 is equals to positive 1 by 9, and x minus 1 by 9 is equals to negative 1 by 9, and you get two answers. This is in the case when they are asking you for a value. Now this is question 3G. Okay, decimals. X square plus 0.2x, x square plus 0.2x. Kindly
Plus,
other than these two,
sir, can I?
yeah, yeah, sure. X
X,
square
x square plus 0.2x plus 0.1 whole square
0.1 whole square, that's right,
minus 0.1 whole square.
minus 0.1 whole
Sir, can
square,
I tell you the answer? So, x plus 0.1 whole square minus 0.01.
minus 0.01. That's correct. So this is your completing square form. There are only three steps. Step one is half of coefficient of x. Step two is squaring, add and subtract. Step three is copy x, copy the positive sign, copy the number in square and whole square. This is your completing square form. H part. X square minus 1.4x. X square minus 1.4x. So first step, half of it, half of it is 0.7. So 0.7 squared minus 0.7 squared. What's left behind is you just copy them now. You copied x, copied the negative sign, copied the number 0.7 whole square, and you don't need a calculator for this one as well. This is 7 squared is 49, and you have a decimal number, so this is 0.49. Like 7 square would have been 49, but the number was 10 times less. This is 49 by 100, which is 0.49. So just in these two steps, you get your completing square form. We'll do one more question from question 4. You're already familiar with that, then we'll take a leave. And I'll expect that at least question 3 is finished. If you've done that, we can move on to question number 4.
सर आप
So
एक सेकंड के लिए सर क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 का ए बी सी और डी पार्ट दिखाएंगे सर मैं स्क्रीनशॉट
G.
ले लूँ सर
But I'll also share this video link with you. And if you remember, I've told you to not to copy. This is being unfair with yourself. Just follow these steps. Look at this. What do we have? We had 12, half of it square, subtracted and added, and that's it. You copied x, you copied the positive sign, you copied the number 6, and that's it. Completing square form complete.
ओके सर
I would suggest if you have this as backup, but first solve it on your own. Every single question is the same. Look at this. X square copied, negative sign copied, positive 3 copied. Where is this 3 coming from? Half of 6. Where is this 3 by 2 coming from? Half of 3. Where is this 9 by 2 coming from? Half of 9. Where is this 1 by 4 coming from? Half of 1 by 2. 1 by 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 4. Half of coefficient of x squared. Half of coefficient of x squared. Look at this last question. Half of 1.4 is 0.7 squared. Add and subtract, then you close the first three terms, then the last term. Right? You also have these steps in your book. Kindly, that would be unfair if you copy these. Do at least two of them. You'll get every question. Now, how do we know that we have to apply quadratic formula? The question says solve each of the following equations, giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. When it is asking for decimal places, this is very clear that we won't be able to make the midterm breakings. In few cases, it is possible, but the right approach when we have decimal places is using the quadratic formula, such as this is x square plus 2x minus 5. This is question 4a, and quadratic formula was minus b plus minus under the root b square minus 4ac over 2a. And if you don't remember what was a, b and c, it is ax square plus bx plus c. Always the coefficient of x square is always a, coefficient of b is always, coefficient of x is b, and the remaining number, the constant, is c. In this case, a is 1, b is 2, c is minus 5. Any doubts with a, b and c?
No, sir.
So minus b plus minus under the root b square minus 4ac over 2a. When we use these values, b is 2, this is 2 square, minus 4a is 1, c is minus 5, and a is again 1. So simplifying this, we get negative 2 plus minus. 2 square is 4, 4 5 times is positive 20 by 2. So this is negative 2 plus under root 24 over 2, and negative 2 minus under root 24 over 2. We've split this positive and negative in 2. I'm using my calculator to get answer to two decimal places. So this is negative 2 plus under root 24 by 2 gives me 1.449, and at two decimal places this becomes 1.45. You have to always round off wherever it is 5 or greater than 5. So the other number is negative 3.449. Again, I'll have to round off. This is negative 3.45. Any confusions? No confusions?
No. So,
Okay.
what if we don't use the formula?
In case you won't be able to solve it because the answer is in decimals. If you think of two numbers, 5 is only possible by multiplying 1 and 5. So you don't get the midterm breaking into two parts.
Okay, sir.
We don't have an exact answer. That is why we are doing it using the quadratic formula. And how do you know it? The question says it. And sometimes the question says solve where possible. Even then, when you apply the quadratic formula, you will get a negative value below the under root. That is a symbol, that is a signal that this question, it has no solution. Okay. See
Yes.
you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Anything you would like to ask?
No, sir. Lafaz.
Lafez, thank you so much.
Happy
Lafaz.
sir. Allah Hafiz,
Lafez,
sir.
Lafez.